This is the one that makes me sad. It makes me so sad. This one is the one that makes me feel like I'm closing a chapter of my life. So, it floods me with memories of chatting with guildmates that I fucking hated, but spent so much time with. I was so angry. I was such an angry fucking person. Like I'd be like, yo, fuck our guild officer. They're a piece of shit. I hope they die. The guild leader's got a massive fucking ego, and he lets this other fucking guild member like suck his dick all the time. Fucking annoying ass shit. Yo, fuck these people, bro. This one fucking bitch in the guild. Oh my god, I don't know why she's allowed in the fucking guild, dude. She gets fucking, oh my god, she fucking gets carried every single fucking dungeon run. This bitch doesn't do shit. Like, I'm fucking bad at the game, but this bitch is even worse. The only reason she can do anything is because she's got all these fucking men sipping for her, giving her a bunch of free fucking items. Fuck that bitch. I fucking hate her. Oh, man. And then let's not even talk about the literal fucking 14-year-old we've got in the guild. Fuck that kid. Fucking hate that kid. Hoping he's hit by a bus. Why do we allow children in the fucking guild? I hate all of them. By the way, I'm also a literal child. But you know what? Fuck the other children. Oh, man. Let's not even talk about this other bitch. Oh, my God. The fucking artist of the group. Oh, my God. When you have an artist in your guild and they're sitting there, they're like, oh, my God. I'm drawing right now. Oh, cool, bitch. What are you drawing? Oh, you know, I'm just drawing my character. Oh, that's cool. Can I see? Oh, no, actually, I'm not very good at art. You know, I don't like drawing. Then why fucking tell me? Why you fucking tell me? Fuck you. Oh, man, I really wish I could get this outfit. I drew my character in it. I really want to get this outfit. Well, I'm not gonna fucking buy it for you. Maybe if you got a real job instead of being a fucking artist, you'd be able to afford it, you dumb bitch. Anyways, yeah. I have a lot of emotions. I'm not like that anymore! Mostly. I like MMOs. What server did you play on? I played on Mari. Let's not even talk about the one fucking guild member that's always playing League of Legends, and you'll be doing something and they'll be like, they'll start AFKing. They'll start AFKing for like 40 minutes, and you're like, dude, we're waiting on you. And they're like, sorry, League match. It's like, aha! What do you mean League match? What do you mean in-game right now? How do you have both these fucking games open? God, AFKers were the worst. They're so annoying. They're so fucking annoying. God. If you were on Mari server, there was this one bitch on the server. I fucking loved her. Everyone said she was a massive cunt and to stay away from her, so I never actually talked to her. I forget her username. Maybe it was like Zelkova or something. But she was like, she would dye everything she owned in solid black and neon green. And I loved her shop because she would price everything affordably. Doxed. It's a fucking character name in a fucking game, man. There's not even servers anymore. Okay? But it was like, she'd have like jet black clothes with neon green accents, and it was the way she dyed stuff was perfect because all I had to do was dye one of the other colors, and then it would be like in my colors. So like in Mabanogi, that girl's watching this right now. She might be. She would dye stuff, and then instead of most of the time in Mabanogi, when somebody dyed something in popular colors, they would price it 200% times the price. They would like stack hella price money on it. What game? Mabanogi. And so, but this girl who dyed everything black and green, she would just price everything normally, and it was so nice. Yeah, price gouging on MMOs. Yeah. But doesn't let things get to her, no ma'am. Yeah, Fashion Ogi. Mari's a Fashion Ogi server. We had a lot of Fashion Ogis. That was a good game. Let's fucking go capitalism. I love just sitting there camping on my shops in Mabanogi. I had a second account entirely dedicated to running a shop. I used to love setting up fortune cookie shops. I'd use music scrolls to make fortune cookies. And I was like, these fucking idiots buying this cheap garbage. Yeah, give me your money. Give me your fucking money. Are you sure this song brings back good memories? It does. Because even though I was an angry piece of shit, I was still having fun, you know? Otherwise, I wouldn't have been logging in. I feel bad for everybody that had to deal with me. They didn't have to deal with me. They chose to. I appreciate. How did you not become not angry piece of shit? Well, I'm still angry. It's just I channel that rage into comedy with streams. This is kind of how this works, right? So before, I was like simmering anger because I didn't have an outlet for it. Because I used to watch Dr. Phil a lot. And I don't know, he probably knows more than I do. But for me personally, I remember watching Dr. Phil and Dr. Phil being like, oh yeah, when you have an outlet for your anger, you're inclined to aggression. You know, it promotes aggression. And I think, like, piece of advice I should have not have followed. Because it just made me simmer, you know? It made me simmering angry. And instead of directing that anger into an outlet where it could be, like, released in a more healthy way, I was just permanently angry. I was just permanently bitter. Whereas now, it's like, if I'm angry at something, I know that it's okay. Like, I need to get the anger out of my system. Okay, I'm gonna play a rage game, and I'm gonna direct all my anger towards something inconsequential, so that way it's not accidentally directed somewhere else where I don't mean for it to be. You know, found the way to vent. Yeah, because personally for me, just like complaining to like you should complain to your parents when you get angry about something. You know, like, express your emotions in a healthy way. You know, verbalize them without getting more angry. So that way, you know, you get rid of your anger. But you know what? Sometimes, I don't know. Maybe I'm fucked up, chat. Maybe I'm a fucked up person. But talking to people calmly about my emotions does not make me not angry. It just makes me frustrated with myself for not being able to verbalize everything. And then it makes me annoyed at the other person for not usually understanding why I'm angry at something. Because a lot of the times, chat, the stuff that will make me, like, violently angry, other people, they just don't get it. And then that makes me more mad at them. Because it's like, well, why am I telling you this if you don't understand? You know? There's a disconnect. Yeah. And dealing with that growing up was so fucking frustrating. It was so frustrating. Because it'd be like, oh, well, okay, so like, this is still hard to verbalize. But like, so like an interaction at a cash register, right? Like, maybe the cashier seems like they're gesturing for me to put the groceries in the bag or whatever, and I go to put the groceries in the bag, and then they're like, oh, no, can you wait please, or whatever. And something like that. Like, the anxiety of having all these people around me, and then like the embarrassment of, oh, I fucked up and shit like that, like, it gets to me, and it kind of like compounds when I'm like, when I'm out in public, you know? Like, all those like awkward, negative social interactions, just small things. Like, I'm already in panic mode because I'm in public, and like maybe somebody brushed past me, and the emotions build up, and I would try to like explain. That person will forget about it in like 10 minutes. But this is what I'm talking about. I'd try to like explain to people. I'd be like, yeah, it all just like, it's too much. It's too much. Being around people is too much, and I just can't handle it. And I really could not handle it before. I've gotten a lot better, but I couldn't handle it, and it would stress me out really bad. And school was like that non-stop. School was like that 5 days out of the week. It was insufferable. It was unbearable. It was constant, like, riding like my mental breaking point. And I would try to like express to people. I'd be like I remember talking to like the school counselor once, and they say the same stupid shit. They say the same, everybody, I know it's well-meaning, but they all say the same thing of, oh, well, why don't you start with like a small social interaction, you know? You can go at your own pace with these things, you know? Maybe try leaving the house with a friend, or maybe find a buddy. Use the buddy system and hang out with somebody, and then you can kind of like rely on them. And it's like, it doesn't help. It just adds to it. And then my anger is directed unfairly at this other person. Yeah, what friend? Hypothetically, even if I had somebody that I could do that with, there are some schools that I went to where I did have people that like I could kind of lean on more like that. In the end, I'd end up snapping at them anyways, because I just couldn't handle all of the mental stimulation, all of the emotional overload. Yeah, just be normie. I don't know, they always said the same shit, man. They always said the same fucking shit. Yeah, thanks, never thought about that. Counselors aren't helpful. I remember one counselor said I needed serious mental help, and that she would contact me the next day to like hook me up, and then she forgot. If you're like me, right? I'm gonna say, if real world like stimulation is too much, it's overwhelming. Things that have helped me, it's gonna sound bad, but Instacart for groceries. I'm not saying to totally avoid your problems. In terms of coping when you're actually out, this is gonna sound very fucking cringe, but they make these little fidget cubes. They make these little fidget cubes, and I like the ones that are shaped like animals. They're called squirkies. I have a chameleon I take with me everywhere. They have little fidget cubes, and I don't like it for like the little rubbing stone parts or whatever, or the little spinny bits. For me, it's like being able to push into stuff. I used to use pens a lot. I used to have a pen in my pocket and I just like aggressively click it because it felt like I was actually doing something. Tism toys. Shut up. Rest in peace, Turtle. Stuff that like it gives you like the real response. And then more recent, Samsung Galaxy Buds Pro 2. It's a very long name, but they have like noise canceling, and it genuinely helps. It genuinely helps. I don't know what it is about listening to other people speak, but when people speak, it's like it's just a lot. And the noise canceling it almost makes it feel like you're listening to them through headphones, which is more tolerable in a weird way. I don't know if that makes sense. I don't know if anybody. I can listen to people talk for hours if it's through headphones, but if I'm just listening to somebody talk in real life, it's horrible. It's fucking horrible. Noise canceling helps so much being outside, yeah. I don't really think this is healthy. Well, you know what? I'm not here to be a healthy influence. I'm here to give you my advice. Or not my advice, but this is how I get through life. And it helps. Also, oh, it's the frequency. Oh, that makes sense. It's frustrating. Eye contact? Eye contact's a bit... I don't know. I don't have any tips for that. This is gonna sound weird, but sometimes if you give somebody eye contact and you imagine that they're an NPC and you're locked in NPC dialogue, it kind of makes it easier to initiate eye contact because you're kind of like LARPing that you're an NPC. It's kind of mentally ill, but anyways. In general, that kind of helps, you know, like imagining it as like a gameplay scenario. Oh yeah, final piece of advice: if you're also very angry and you let it like simmer, if you're somebody that's very angry and it kind of like it simmers and you just end up bitter entirely, I think you need an outlet, man. And maybe you should go pick up like mixed martial arts or something, or you should pick up what I pick up, which is video games. Pick up a rage game and play a rage game, or pick up content creation and turn your anger into content, which is also what I do, which is, yeah, I don't know how healthy that is either, but when I get like really mad about stuff, I'll play rage games so that way I'm focused. Like when I played Getting Over It, that was when I was like super pissed off about other shit. I was so fucking mad about other shit. I just needed to yell and get it out of my system, and doing it at the game helps so much. I don't vibe with that shit where people are like, oh, just meditate. Because when I meditate, if I try and meditate, well, people are like, oh, just sit there for a few minutes in pure quiet and just listen to the sound of your own breathing. I'll have a fucking panic attack. I will get so like I will get so just overwhelmed. It turns into a panic attack. That's how it is. I get the anger turns into anxiety, and I start like I can't do it. I can't do meditation, chat. I can't do it. Rage meditation. Calm yourself. Take a deep breath. I'm just gonna be more mad. It fuels the rage. It does. It's because you're avoiding your problems, not dealing with them. Maybe. But you know what? It's helped me a lot, and I feel like I've become a lot less of an angry person. So, worked for me. Maybe it's not the perfect way to deal with it, but I don't know. Because I feel like it's about just getting it out of your system. For me anyways. Like getting those emotions out of your system, and then you can think about it logically and objectively later. And this is gonna... Okay, one last piece of advice, and then I'm closing out the stream. If you get stuck in mental loops like I do, where you're trying to work out something, you're like, okay, well, so I have a problem with this person, and there's these factors about the situation. It's just gonna sound cringe, but like genuinely, like writing it out as though you were going to say it to somebody else helps a lot. Not just writing it out, right? Because I used to have people be like, oh, well, just write everything out and then you can look at it more objectively. But when you're just writing it out, you still get stuck in the mental loops. But when you write it out as though it's like you're trying to explain to somebody else, then it's like you can kind of imagine like what the other person, like how they would look at it, you know? Or like if you were voicing it to like a group of people. That's a common therapy tactic? Okay, well, hell yeah. Hell yeah. I never took therapy, but it works for me. And yeah, hell yeah. It helps to contextualize, yeah. Because I think that's a big thing, right? Is there's like quote unquote like thinking things through and shit, but like you can think about something forever. You can just go through loops forever, and then you drive yourself insane, and it starts to become genuinely painful. It's not cringe cope, it's legit. That's why journals are a thing. Hell yeah. I could never keep a journal. I don't like the sense of permanence. I don't like the idea that somebody could come along and like grab it and read it or whatever. Oh, hold on. Okay, one more thing. There's a game. There's this little game that I downloaded. It's called Void Pet Garden. Void Pet Garden. Like void is in the void. And it's nothing like major, but it kind of turns your emotions into like little pets. It's cute. It's a cute little game. It might help you. It's cute. Everybody, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe to Low Effort Clips. That's right, Low Effort Clips, right here on YouTube.com. Yeah, and hit the notification bell. Yeah.